Hello guys, this is Brook Nexus. I have finally returned for the summer with my review of Krennic's Imperial Shuttle for my recent Twitter poll. Thank you very much if you have taken your time to vote. Anyways, this set you're looking at is the most expensive of LEGO's Rogue One wave that came out on last year's Force Friday. It's $90 with 6 minifigures and 863 parts. Is it all worth it? Well, let's find out. First off is the former Galactic Empire's cargo pilot turned soldier of the squadron Rogue One, Bodhi Rook. The printing on him is good, but I wish printing on his legs was included by adding pouches. The face is nice, although I think it makes him a bit too bulky compared to how he is portrayed in the film. The hairpiece is the same as Kanan Jarrus's, and it looks great. Bodhi has his second face print where he has his goggles on, and it looks nice as the first one. He has a brick-built backpack, but I wish the parts in reddish brown and light gray aside from this pistol-like piece is all in tan. Next, we have pretty much everyone's favorite minifigure, Pow, for one reason, and for those who don't know why, I will show you in a bit. Anyways, on both sides of the torso and the legs, they are tremendous, especially the bits of metallic silver going through him. His hat looks awesome, just like the movie counterpart. Like Bodhi, Pow has a brick-built backpack with a sticker, which I think looks much better. Finally, the reason why everyone loves this guy so much is because of his second face expression, and yes, I can't blame him for his funny looking battle cry face. Next up is my favorite character of the movie, K2SO. Even though there isn't much printing on him, my favorite thing is that LEGO has included two printed Imperial logos on the sides of the pegs to represent his shoulders. It's super small, yet the designers did a great job incorporating the logos on there. K2's torso also has a stud behind it, where you can attach something like a jetpack or a backpack. Other than that, there isn't much going on with him, but I think it's enough to make him look pretty sick. Now on the bad guy's side, we have Director Orson Krennic. The detail on his uniform is pretty good, although this little silver circle is on the opposite side of his belt. The back of the torso is pretty nice as well. His cape is the one made with the new softer fabric, which is good for a feature of the shuttle we will get to in a bit. He has no leg printing, which I'm okay with, since the only notable feature of that would be his boots, and it will look a little strange seeing a line between his legs. But he is the only main character in the set to not have a second face expression, which is a very common piece of criticism I have heard. Other than that, the hairpiece looks close to what Krennic's hair looks like in the movie. I would have added a bit of gray on the sides, but then again, that would be a bit too much for LEGO to accomplish. He has the silver blaster, that's the same one as Captain Phasma's, but I'd rather give him a small pistol instead. And I've saved the best for last, and these are the Death Troopers that we've seen in this movie, Rebels, and other pieces of Star Wars media. There is a lot of detailing going around and it looks terrific. I like how they even included a small print on the hip piece. Their helmets look very cool too, and I can see everyone trying to get a bunch of these guys on the recent Imperial Battle Pack that's currently on store shelves. The inclusion of these pauldrons are a nice addition despite the sizing, and their faces are the recent clone super heads that we've been getting. Makes no sense, but oh well. Figures aside, this Delta Class T-3C shuttle wasn't supposed to be made into production, but Krennic wanted the designers to make it due to his fascination of the geometric shapes used. The fin on the center of the body is very sturdy despite its small size. I will say, just looking at the front of this LEGO model, it looks nice, in which they used lots of black with some dark bluish gray elements to make it more interesting, as well as some textures. The back also looks nice with that sticker piece and the way these thrusters are built. But the sides of the wings in landing mode look very ugly, especially with the inclusion of the spring-loaded launchers that you can fire with a light touch, and the pieces used to connect the wings and the body together don't help in terms of appearance. Speaking of that component of the shuttle, it is connected via ball joint, socket, and Technic pins and lift arms. This is to ensure that the wings won't fall down itself due to weight and gravity, and that the movement is smoother than the ratcheted systems used in LEGO's 2015 Imperial Shuttle Tidelium. While it is nicer, the only problem here is that you need to make sure that the wings are folded without looking crooked while the ship is in landing mode, which can be kind of frustrating at times. But in regards to its flight mode, Krennic's shuttle looks much better. I really like how the wings look in this way, and they are pretty long too. If you look at its underside, it doesn't look pretty good, but it's okay considering that you will most likely not see the bottom of the ship too much. The landing gear is retractable and you can move it by just rotating one of the legs. I'm not too sure why LEGO didn't cover the open half pin half axle parts and why it's in blue. Also, there is this door that you can pull down, though I think it's a bit too steep and should be longer in terms of its width. Then again, that would mean the shuttle's sides and front will have to be a bit bigger. In order to get Krennic in his cockpit, you just have to pull this exclusively printed window piece up and place him in. Since I mentioned earlier that he has the new cape style, he isn't that hard to put in. There are two console pieces, one being a sticker there, but Krennic can't really reach out for the furthest one since there are buttons, switches, and a small screen or keyboard thing he will most likely never see there. As for the rest of the shuttle, you can raise down the side and front panels via tactic pins and lift arms, and do the same for the back using hinges and clips. This is where you can put your death troopers on these two seats with a console piece that is stickered. On the back there are these red clips where you can store their weapons. I'm not too sure how I feel about this, because it feels a bit dollhousey if it makes sense to you, and it's pretty messy, especially since these side panels, which are stickers, are pretty useless here. But then again, we barely got to see what the interior of the shuttle looks like in the film. And although I don't like this shuttle compared to the Tidarium set, it's still pretty cool, and I pretty much prefer this over Kylo Ren's command shuttle. The interior, bottom, and the opposite sides of the wings don't look too good, but it really has cool figures, a sturdy build, and a nice and interesting looking geometric shape to make up for that. With all that said, I give Krennic's Imperial Shuttle a 7 out of 10. Those are my thoughts about this set, but you can also share yours in the comments. If you found this review interesting or cool, please hit the like button and subscribe because I got a whole lot more videos planned for this summer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.